Everything is just falling over. Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings, everyone. I am using a mic that I got from the TikTok shop over here on my computer. So hopefully you guys can hear me well. As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know if you can hear me and hear me clearly because this is my first time using this microphone, this kind of like wireless mic on my computer. I know it worked well when I had it with my phone. Let me know if I sound distant, if I sound, muffled. And then if I do, I will switch to the other microphone. But this one allows me to kind of move around. So as you guys come in for the live broadcast, even if you're watching the playback of this, let me know how it sounds on the playback as well. Okay. Perfect, Jay. Wait, is that it's you, right? I believe it's yours that let me see. Who was that? Is that you that asked the question? And I kind of went to go find one. I had a video. I did this. Yes, that is you. Okay, perfect. So you will benefit from this. I had to go find a slate because it's been a while since okay, yeah, this is draining this battery. I need to go get my actual charger. So bear with me 1 second, you guys, over here on TikTok, okay? And I'm actually going to mute you guys as well. All right, there we go. Um, Alrighty, so let me go ahead and get this all shared out. Definitely had to edit my audience because it's on private. So now it's on public. Everyone should be able to now get the notification of us being live. Hello, 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 everyone. Okay. We are live. Let's go ahead and get this all shared out. All right. Sorry, had to go out and come back in. I make sure. This one is, I want to say it's like a four, a little over 4.5, a little under 4 3/4 is the size of the slate. All right, there we go. Now you guys should hear me. That means you guys were not hearing me the entire time. I guess when I walked out of the room, this microphone shut down. So let me know if you guys can hear me now. That means for I don't know how long I was talking, you guys could not hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me now. I just so happened to look at the audio because I was like, man, Jane of all people should have answered this. I'm gonna go ahead and just switch over to my other microphone. This microphone, I guess, kept going out. So some people said they could not hear me. So it's not you guys. I know I see it now. You guys are saying you couldn't hear me, you can't hear me. I guess that microphone just kept going out. I guess it needs to be charged. I kept turning it on and it just kept going out. So you guys should be able to hear me now. I don't know what all you guys heard before. Oh my God. I think that's what's affecting the viewership is because you guys could not hear me. I'm letting you know now because there's a lot of dead air. This video will not be it won't be available for playback over on Facebook. I'm going to remove it so that I can delete out all this dead air and then put it back over on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you guys do follow my YouTube channel because that is where this is going to be at. Since I was having some audio issues, we're now like 16 minutes in. So right now, people are coming in live. They're not going to know any different. But for the playback of it, we're talking 17 minutes of dead air. So I will be removing this from Facebook and I will edit out the dead air and repost it onto YouTube on my Honestly SpINKing YouTube channel. So make sure that you guys are subscribed over there as well. All right, so let's try this again. I asked the question of who here has done slates? Put a 3 if you have done slates before. Put a 6 where you know of them, you've seen them in groups, but you have yet to press or attempt to make a slate. Put a 5 in the chat if you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, okay? All right. Thank you so much for the tags. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so a 5, have no idea, you've done one. you know about them but have not done it. Don't know anything about slates, okay? So you know about them, you just haven't done it. Know about them, have not done any. You have done one. She says, I've been trying. Okay, so for those who are putting a 3, how many of you guys have had more not so great results than you have great results? So who has been, if you have put a 3, let me know if you have been struggling with slates and getting a good transfer of your image with your slates. Oh, wow. We have quite a few 5s here. People have never heard of slates. Okay, awesome, 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 awesome. That means you guys are going to learn something new today. I come on here always, always, always to share with you guys and to help you learn something new. Only thing that I ask in return is that you guys please engage. When you hear me ask questions, please respond. If you have not done so already, drop a hey, how you doing? Want to just say hello. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know if you are into sublimation. Give the video a like. If you're watching over on YouTube, close out of the live chat and give the video a thumbs up. Give the video a like. Double tap the screen if you're watching from like a computer, things of that nature. Over on Facebook, tag a friend or two, share it out. If you have seen this question asked in open public groups, feel that that the moderator or the admin doesn't have like their own sublimation paper, sublimation ink, and things of that nature, and they allow for you to post links. It might be better to get the YouTube link. Go over to YouTube, go to share, copy that link, and share it with someone. Put it as a comment on a post. But I'm telling you, I'm going to go through all of the steps that you are successful with this, even if it ends up being your first time. If you follow exactly what I am going to demonstrate, you will experience success with these slates, okay? Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. Thank you guys so very much for tapping in. Mines have been coming out good. I've done 3, only 1 turned out well. My first one was perfect. The next 2 had flaws, okay? Made it back last live. I was still made it back last live. You were still in Texas. I'm so glad for safe travels. You made it back. She said, I got my notepad out. All right, awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna be on camera. Like you're gonna see kind of part of my body here in a minute, but you're not gonna see me really on camera. But I am Shakia, the professor of HS Ink 365. We are the home of the Honestly SpINKing brand of products. We carry sublimation paper, sublimation ink, heat tape, and we also have amazing classes in Silhouette Studio, Photoshop. We're going to add some Canva this month to the Creative Lounge. We do full-on projects. We have sublimation seminars, ones for party favors, learning how to make your own SVG. So we offer a wide variety of classes and trainings, okay? What I'm going to do here is a photo slate. I have, now what I did with the one that was already done, I have no idea. I've shown this thing 30,000 times, and now that I actually want it, it's with my boys on it, I can't actually find it. All right, so my next question. For those of you who are doing slate, who said you have done them already, what temp and time are you using for your slate? What temp and time are you using for your slates? While I literally try to stall time while I find my slate with the boys on it. What the heck? Let me see. Did I put it? It usually sits right here, but I don't see it. It's normally sitting right here every single time. And now that I want it, I knew I should have looked for it beforehand, but I just didn't think of it because it's normally sitting right there. Oh, jeepers creepers. Jeepers creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? This is insane. This thing literally sits right there all the time. Like, it has my boys on it. It has my temp and time checks on it. Because I really wanted you guys to see what I recommend that you do when you are doing, like, you're working with a new substrate. And I cannot find it. All right. So, not going to spend too much more time looking for it. I'll post the link to the video when I did this one for the first time, and you can kind of see how that was made and what, what I'm talking about, but I cannot find the slate with my boys on it at all. All right. Anywho, so we are going to use a slate. This just came from A to Z. If you know what A to Z prime is, go ahead and put it in the chat. So it came from A to Z. All right. You're going to need sublimation paper. Now, what I'm going to show you, I am using this brand. So when I say to get results, it's using the exact steps that I am using. This is what I mean, right? I cannot speak for other paper. I cannot say that other paper will work at the temp, time, and pressure that you're going to see me use, okay? I cannot guarantee that it's not going to ghost with the techniques that I am about to show if you are using a different brand of paper. It's not necessarily the ink, it is the paper, because different papers can hold moisture. That can cause issues, whether or not it moves, the way that it's going to release the ink. I am using Honestly SpINKing Sublimation Paper, which you can get for $10 off today, okay? I'm going to use heat tape. Specifically, 1 inch or 2 inch. If you are using a thin heat tape, that is going to be one of your issues. You need, everything doesn't work with thin tape, guys. I know it's the least expensive option. You guys need to invest in some wider heat tape. I promise you, they make a difference when you invest in larger heat tape. We have it from half an inch. Well, this is a 1 inch. We have half an inch, that thin one y'all like to use. Actually, some of y'all use some even thinner than that. But we have a half inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3. There's a 4 somewhere, and then 6. So we have it in 6 different sizes, all from half an inch all the way up to 6 inch. We skip 5 inches. Don't ask me why. Okay. But you are going to need heat tape. As a newbie, if I'm being totally honest, if I was doing this myself, I would not be using heat tape. I would not be using heat tape. I don't need it. I'm used to kind of doing them, but as a newbie, if you have fears and you are scared of it shifting and moving, you want to use heat tape, and you want to use the thicker heat tape because it's going to give you a better grip. Okay. You want to use this because it's going to give you a better grip. And then you're going to need a piece of cover paper for your lower platen, whether it is parchment paper or butcher paper. Hell, it can even be a piece of regular photocopy paper. If you just need it to catch the ink, if you are doing a design and it's going to go all the way to the edges, you have to have what's called a bleed to ensure that it goes all the way to the edges, and that extra ink has to go somewhere. So you will need something to cover your bottom platen. It is not, you won't need it for the top. You're only going to need it for the bottom platen. Okay. Do we understand so far? All right. I have 2 more left out of 6. No, we never press anything here. My heat press never, ever, 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 ever sees the light of 400 degrees. 365 degrees is as high as I'm going. But mine, now I just had this too. If you've never temped, oh, oh, sorry. When I was doing the what's name, my bad. Thank you. Yeah, it went out because I hit it when I was trying to test the temperature. Um, all right. You guys should be able to hear me now. Yeah, I hit the mic when I was trying to do the test. I hit my so the way my microphone is at the top, if I end up tapping this, so that's what happened. I made a mistake and hit the top. All right. Okay. So we know what we're gonna need, right? We're gonna need sublimation paper. We're gonna need a cover sheet. We're gonna need 1-inch and or 2-inch heat tape. Now, this was a little bit of tape that was left. I really don't want to use this right here, right? Where you're cutting these small pieces. This is thick. So if you were to put these little pieces on there, it's not going to really hold it in place. So I don't necessarily recommend using a tape dispenser where it's cutting it. But you can put your tape here on the side. Oh, you're not going to go on? Okay. This particular one doesn't want to. I think it's my 1/2 inch one that will go on here. The 1-inch one won't stay on, but I can always still leave it there and just pull it. But you're going to need some pretty long pieces, or just use scissors. because you're going to want to have your tape, if you're going to use tape, kind of sort of be towards the center, or like not, it's not really in the middle, but you want it on there a good amount. And then you want to have some that's going to hang off so that it can touch your paper. Okay. So you want to have a roll that's not in a dispenser, because you don't want it to do this. The amount of tape that you're going to pull out. Okay. Understood? We're going to need our print. This is printed with plain paper, bright white. I personally, oh, whoa, y'all are moving back. My bad. All right. Didn't realize everything's going all haywire today. I use plain paper, bright white. I do not use premium matte. For hard substrates, you really don't have to use a lot of ink. I mean, I don't use it for fabrics either, but you really don't have to use a lot of ink for hard substrates. Okay. Now, as always, I highly recommend trimming down the edges of your sheet. Even if your design is just in the middle like this, because if you had ink inside of your printer and you get a little bit here, yes, it's not going to get on our substrate. Ooh, shoot, Nick. It's not going to get on our substrate, but it can get on our platen. And then the next time you go and press something that's not protected, that's not covered, you're going to get that ghost, that phantom line on there. So no matter what, I recommend trimming your edges down. Anytime I'm doing sublimation, you guys know that that's one of my top rules, is to trim your edges down. I can't find anything today. Jeepers creepers. Now, because I want to put my tape on here, I am not going to trim it down a whole lot. Like, I want to keep some paper. Now, this is my method. Others may not agree. I printed this out twice because I'm going to show you how others will do this. Okay. So I'm just going to trim off the edge a little bit there. Trim off this side so that I still have some paper. Okay. So this is how I would trim mine. There are some that will trim it really, really close. Now, first things I want to show you is, because this paper is a lot bigger and I'll be able to hold it in place. Come on. As you can see, there is, well, maybe you can't because my light is bright, but there is design, and the top of this has a lot of white to it. But there is design on this, or ink on the side, bottom, and top, because we designed this with an offset or a bleed. I design in Silhouette Studio. So I make my actual template to the size, and then I make a offset, and I fill my background in to that offset, and I have like my safe zone and all of those things. Okay. Which this one I might reprint because I just thought about it. I'm like right on the edge. I should be okay. Yeah, I'm right on the edge. I was rushing and I did the whole size here. Your template is not to the edge, okay? Because there's going to be extra here. Now, if you're going to do a decent safe zone, you should be okay. I teach my students to use safe zones to ensure that important areas do not get trimmed off. So when I'm teaching about creating templates or setting up your designs, especially when you need a bleed, I'm going to teach you in my sublimation seminar, in my design classes, in the creative lounge, I teach you about how to have success. And it may seem like it's an extra step, but nothing is worse than you go and you're doing it and stuff is all cut off. You need to design with safe zones. Go ahead and put in the chat safe zones if you understand it. Okay. But there's extra around it. What you will see most people do is either trim with a little bit around it or they're going to go right to the edge. So on half of this, I'm going to leave some space around it. And then on the other side, I'm going to go right to the edge. Okay. How many of you guys, put a 3, if you have done slates, how many of you guys are doing it like this, where you are cutting close to your image? All right, so you guys are not doing this, right? So no one is trimming. That means you guys are leaving space, correct? All right, so what's happening when you trim it down? Now, could trim this down. Like I said, I don't use tape. When I'm normally doing these, I personally don't use tape. But I'm like, I'm pretty confident in my skills, okay? I need extra help with safe zones, but I will wait for Creative Lounge. I really need it broken down. All right, cool beans. We will talk about that in the Creative Lounge. Make sure that you guys join the Creative Lounge over at learn.365creativeacademy.com. I leave enough space for bleed. You've left space. I leave some space. Yes, space. So you trim. Okay, no trim. So you guys are not doing this. That's good, right? Because what a lot of people will do is they will trim it down. And then when they put it here, they are, I'm going to use this small tape. They're doing this. How many of you guys have done slates and you've taken your tape and you've wrapped it like this? How many of you guys are wrapping it, pushing it around and wrapping it like this? Me, okay. Me, I see a me over here. Anyone else? So only 2 people are wrapping it like this. Now, I know I've seen videos, I've seen people wrap it. I've seen a lot of tutorials teaching people to wrap it. So if you've seen other tutorials, I'm pretty sure you're probably wrapping it as well. Okay, so I see a me. All right. If you are doing this, this is not a straight edge. So when you're wrapping it around it, you are creating air pockets, especially if you're going all the way around with the tape. You are creating air pockets in there. And this is why you are probably experiencing those ripples in your print and you are experiencing like some ghosting in certain areas because you are creating air pockets. Okay. The best thing to do is either put no tape whatsoever, but you have to be confident when you put it down. Okay. So it would end up being like this. You place it where you want. Now, if your pieces are long enough, you can, because see, some people don't want to like look like this. They want to make sure it's like in a certain spot. This is why we do a bleed, because it gives you a little bit more wiggle room. Now, if you wanted to, you could go and tape it down to the paper so that it doesn't move, right? Take a longer strip, tape it to your butcher paper so that it doesn't move. But it's not wrapping around it. So you're not going to create those air pockets. Okay? Now, like I said, you can do it this way, but if you are somebody that's like, okay, well, I want to know exactly where it's at when I put it down, I need to kind of see, but I still want to tape it for some added security. Oh, wait, before we do this, we need to test our pressure. If you're going to put it on your platen without a pressing pillow, you want to put it there. We do not need heavy pressure. Oh, I need to change this. Slate. 120 seconds. And so we want to close it. I cannot close this. So I need to adjust my pressure. Now, if I would have had a shirt under here, a rag or anything like that, this pressure would be fine. But this is a thicker substrate. So we cannot leave this like this. There's no one setting for even pressure, heavy pressure, light pressure. Your pressure and where your platen is determined by the substrate that is under there. Okay. I'm going to just show you that real quick. I told y'all we're going to do a full-on class here. Okay. So I'm going to show you, if I had a shirt here, see how easy that goes down? That is good pressure for like a shirt for sublimation or for HTV. But for a slate, it is too much pressure. Make sure that you are covering your slate with something when you are doing the pressure test. So put that in your notes. Before you attempt to press it, make sure that you are doing a pressure test. And when you're doing your pressure test, make sure that you have a cover sheet over it. So I'm going to drop my pressure. Well, and by lower the pressure, which means my platen is raising up. And then I'm going to close it. I'm at like a 3. I'm going to go up some more. 1, 2 is where I like. I don't use a lot of pressure for sublimation. You do not need a lot of pressure, contrary to what people will tell you. Now, if you attempt to do it with nothing else here, and you have some not so favorable results, what you can also do is get some sort of pressing pillow or foam. This is just green foam. It's not covered with anything. And you want to then put your paper, well, I'm just going to test it, but when we do it, we're going to put the paper on the bottom. So you'll put this here, and it will kind of sink into it and also give you some even pressure. If your heat press suffers from uneven pressure, pressing pillows are your best friend. Okay? So it's going to sink down in there, and it's going to make sure that it's nice and level. All right? If you have issues with pressure on your heat press, you want to use a pressing pillow, or you can use a pressing pillow as a safeguard. All right? This is a little warm now. I'm going to let it cool down some because I don't want it to start the sublimation process. without, okay. Can anybody else not hear me? She says my sound went out again. Can anybody else not hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me. You can hear me. Okay. All right, cool beans. All right, so I'm going to put this down. Where I want it. Put it towards the center. Push it down onto it and then smooth it out. Okay. Same thing here. I'm going to push it to the paper and press it down. I'm just going to flip that one because it's too long. So if you feel like you need the added security of tape, this is the best way to tape it. You want to keep everything flat. Do not, I repeat, do not wrap your paper around your slate. Okay? I need this to catch any ink, depending on how big you made your bleed. I need this to catch any ink. So we're going to take this and put it on the back side of it. I'm going to put my hand under it. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I heard my dad wince in pain. I may have to help him get off of here. Actually, this is why I prefer the 2-inch tape. Let me grab my 2-inch tape. This was a brand new one. I just heard my dad wince in pain. So I got to wrap this up. And I have a one-on-one session at 6:30. I may have to push that back. This is a thicker piece. This is heavy. So when I moved it, it was like kind of moving in place. So I'm going to just put a bigger piece to hold it in place. Most times I'm not using tape at all. And for this one, I'm just going to go straight across. Again, this is just to keep it in place while you flip it, because you have to flip it. If you want to do it where you are seeing exactly where you are putting the image at, you are going to have to tape it. All right, now stay your butt down. So I will put my butcher paper on the bottom and I flip it. And I'm going to put it down. My pressure is already set for my pressing pillow being there. So I'm just going to leave it. You can see through it a little bit to make sure that everything is where you want it. Okay. I don't really like this tape being near my actual image because that's a heat barrier. So I'm going to pull that back. I'm going to press this for 300 at 365 degrees 120 seconds. So basically 2 minutes. No, I don't use cooling blocks. I just needed it to cool down because I was doing it. Most times, if I'm doing this, I will actually use a separate one to test the pressure and then have one that's cool to actually press to. But since I only had the one in the room, I had to wait for that one to cool down. So while we're going for this 2 minutes, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. While I'm waiting for you to post your questions, I'm going to let you know. As you can see, going across the screen, all of our packs of paper ready to ship. RTS ready to ship. 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17, 13 by 19. Fast dry. They are $10 off at checkout. It should be automatic, okay? But if it doesn't come up, but it should be automatic. I think it says 365 giving 10 off or something like that is what it should say. But it's automatic at checkout, $10 off. Don't miss this. We don't do Black Friday sales for our paper. So don't look over here for, oh, okay, I want to wait for the Black Friday sale. This is going to be like the lowest price of the season. Once I change this price, it won't, I don't bring it back for Black Friday. I don't bring it back for Christmas. When it stock up on your paper for your Christmas projects, do it now. Right now is when we have our lowest prices of the season. I do not put any type of products on sale for Black Friday because you guys need it before then, okay? I use the 2-inch tape. You can do it with the 1-inch tape. It'll just take more, but I use the 2-inch tape. Also, I was like, wait a minute. Also, our Essentials of Silhouette Studio is 50% off. SS Giving 50. SS Giving 50. If you're on our mailing list, you should have seen an email. It's also posted on my Facebook. So you can get 50% off of our Essential Silhouette Studio. And our Bachelor's of Silhouette Science is 75% off right now. Okay? Any questions before we reveal? I got to get my glove. Well, gloves. Because slate is hot, so you will need gloves. Y'all know normally I'm a rebel and I'm not using gloves. Slate is hot, it's all get out. So you need gloves. All right, if you're ready, drop some peacocks and some hearts in the chat. If you are ready, drop some peacocks and some hearts in the chat. If I was to show you the obituary, this has white at the top. This is not an imperfection. There is white at the top because it was just taken from the obituary. There's like a white thing at the top. So this is not an imperfection. So there we go. And there we go. I wish I had another one because now I know my cousins are going to fight over this. But I don't have another one this size. I have one that's a little bit bigger, but I know my cousins are going to fight over this. I'm trying to think. Once I made this, I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was going to be in trouble. They're going to have to fight my mama for it. I'm looking for the little legs to this to hold it up, but I don't see it. Where are the little legs? Now, where in the heck are the legs for this thing? I'm just losing everything tonight. Oh, well, I guess here is the white, but I guess I did get a little bit of ghosting in her hair. So you can see on this side, it's supposed to be fully white. In her hair, I guess I did get a little bit of ghosting in her hair. That's about it. But here, it's supposed to be white because it's like that over here. I just noticed in her hair that it's not there. I thought the whole white part came over her hair. And I will say though, for me, I normally like, I'm not sure why it could be because I see the thing there, but I do feel like I said, I got my edges are all good. I got a little bit up here, but see, I can see it up there. So I'm not sure if there was something like a void on here, which is why I pretty much like to just put it down and then I just put my paper on top and press it. So around the edges are perfect. I got a little bit of imperfection at the top, which I technically didn't have to tell y'all because you really can't tell. It looks like an old school picture, but you know, I'm an honest person. So a little bit here. This is supposed to be here, but a little bit there. But that's my grandma. That sucker is still hot. Where are the feet to it? Thank you. Incredible greetings. Any questions for me? I know I have a little round one somewhere too. So like I said, if I were doing these, I don't really use the pressing pillow. I put it down. I personally don't use tape. I set it on top. I leave a little bit of extra paper so that it doesn't move as much when it is closed, when the press is closed down. And I just press it for 120 seconds and that's it. I have no idea where that other slate went. All right, last call for questions. This particular one is a little over 4.5 from the edge, a little over 4.5, a little under 4 3/4. Trying to see where my ruler is. But they come, when I tell you these come in so many different sizes. They have large ones, small ones, hearts, circles, rectangles. They come in so many different shapes. This is not just one standard size. There's a lot of different shapes for it. And there's a lot of pages that have it. These particular ones did come from A to Z, but you can get them. Like there's a lot. I know Johnson's Classics has them. The Blank Spot sells them. A lot of sublimation blanks vendors sell them. Just make sure that it does say sublimation in the title and in the description if you're going to go and get it from A to Z. So yeah, make sure that you're not taping it around. I would say, one, like I said, check your pressure. And if you don't have this, don't worry about it. Like I said, I normally don't really use it. Try it again. And so what you can possibly do too, Jane, that one that you did the test ones on, take a print it out, put it on there, and just press it over it, just so that you're not wasting another one. So try it where you're literally going to take your print, put it on top. Now mine is like kind of acting funky because I manipulated, but if your paper is straight, literally put it, well, you want to have your butcher paper, it's hot still, butcher paper on the bottom, put it on top. As long as you have like a little bit of extra and it's not right on, you should be good. Then you're just going to go like this, press it and go. Try it that way on the one that you did the time strips on. And because you still, like with that one, you did your time strips in the middle. So you'll be able to tell if you're still getting ghosting around the edges and stuff. So do your next one on that test strip, okay? I have some messed up a couple of times and gave up, that this makes me want to try again. Thank you. Appreciate the love. Now, these can be used, like this is a memorial one. It does not have to be for memorial. These are not exclusive or, just to memorials. This can be just a regular family picture. This can be a baby picture, a birth announcement. You can put someone's senior picture on there. You can put a picture from a baby shower, a picture from a wedding pictures. You can put, I have one that has like, even though I use my test strips, I put a Christmas picture of Even and the Boys. Anything can go on these slates. They are not exclusively for memorials. They are not exclusively for memorials. Anything can go on them. You don't have to put a design. You can literally make sure that you're measuring it to get the size. Make your box, do a bleed. You're gonna do a full bleed, put an offset, and then put your picture to that size, and it can just be a picture. It doesn't have to have writing. It does not have to have a name. These are great as another way of just framing. I'm going to do like this, framing a picture. Glad I came across your page. Great. Yes, these would be great for Christmas gifts. Very sentimental. Especially if you have, if you know someone and there's several family members and they just recently lost someone close to them. Same design, put it on all of them, and this would be an amazing emotional keepsake type gift. All right. Well, I got to run, guys. I have a one-on-one session that starts at 6:30. I also have to check on my dad real quick. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you are not a part of our Facebook group, Honestly SpINKing, the best sublimation group on Facebook, that is the whole name. Be sure to join, because if you try these and you're still having some issues, let me know. Again, I cannot answer fully about why something might be happening if you're using a different brand of paper. I know how Honestly SpINKing paper works. I can normally pinpoint where the issue might be. I think with this one, and when it was there, it may have been if it moved in that tape and it kind of left, or it could have been the pressing pillow. and it just didn't have enough. There might be like some uneven spaces because that pressing pillow is really, really old. It would have been better for me just to have this on the flat surface and then just press it. So I think that's where I kind of got that little bit right there. I prefer the flat surface because I don't have a pressure issue. Me adding that probably could have created a pressure issue. But if you know that yours is like your platen is not leveled, then you want to use a pressing pillow or a foam pillow. All right. Don't forget all paper, guys. Take advantage of it while it's here. We do not run any Black Friday deals. We do not run Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on paper and ink and tape. We do it only on classes and digital files. Okay. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace. Oh, wait, I need a image for the thumbnail. So let's do this. We'll go before. This truck is hot. So I need this for my thumbnail. All right, boom. All right, y'all. Peace.